Hey everyone, it's your girl Nikki Proverbs 31, and I'm coming on here to do a quick update on what's going on with me. And first and foremost, I just want to say thank you to all the new subscribers, everyone who always give great comments and inbox me information, um, and even those who you know, reach out to me and ask me questions. I'm humbled and I'm tremendously grateful for that. I want to also um, just say to Morning Glory, I hope you're doing well. You and the babies are doing well, and Robin Neek, and to LaShawn and family. My prayers are with you all, and you know, I'll just continue to pray for you all. And waiting for God's miracle, Robin. Just want you to know that you just exude such um, just a wonderful spirit and the love of God. Um, it's contagious, and I just appreciate you. And I'm trying to figure out everybody else in daily expectation. I'm so excited to hear about what's going on with you. And but here's my update. Um, I last time I came on, I think I said that I had been having some problems and been in a lot of pain. And I went to the emergency last Monday. Today is Tuesday, or yeah, today is Tuesday, the 12th. So last Monday, I went to emergency, and basically they said, well, they didn't even do an ultrasound or anything. They just did blood work, and they did a pelvic exam and whatever, and took some tests, and they said that I had a bacteria vaginosis or something to that effect, saying that I had just a slight infection. I guess women have more. I guess we have bacteria, natural bacteria, and I just had a little bit more. But they said that for me to go to my doctors, and so today I called my RE just to call really for the purpose of getting a copy of my records, because I have a doctor's appointment with the OBGYN because of the pains that I've been having. So, and I also said I'm thinking about possibly doing a laparoscopy to just check and see how my tube is doing before we even go any further to try to do anything else. I want to make sure it's doing what it's supposed to do. I know that it's not blocked, but just to make sure there's no scarring or whatever. So anyway, the doctor asked me to come in. He said he wanted to see me today, so um, I had Zumba class and whatever. Anyway, um, took a shower and went up there, and was explaining to him about the pain. So he goes to look, and he just says, "Wow, it's a lot of fibroids." And so he just started, counting them and measuring them. And he says, basically, he said this to me. After everything was said and done, he said, I know that you have had issues with fibroids before, and but your fibroids, that they come back really fast, and really, a lot of them. So basically, a lot of the small fibroids, whatever, they're growing. None of them are majorly big, but they're like, it's a lot of them, and so that's why I'm in a lot of pain. It's it's the same type of pain that I was before I had my myomectomy, which is it's it stops me from being active. It just literally stops me in my tracks. It's horrible, and my cycles are horrible. So after he does the exam and tells me about all these different fibroids that he's seeing, he says, well, at this point, I know that you said that you have these fibroids or whatever. And he says, I, my suggestion is, we just, you have a hysterectomy, and you go the surrogacy route. He said, if you have a sister who can, carry your child for you. And I'm like, what? You know, And my mind is like, I know this dude didn't just say I should possibly have a hysterectomy because I keep having these issues with fibroids. So I'm listening, but I'm like, and I know he's a Christian man and everything, and so for him to just flat out come out, and that's the first thing he says is like, you know, maybe that's your best option, and I'm like, well, that's not an option. And so I was just like, what else can we do? And I said, well, and so then he says, well, you went through this other doctor, which is the best doctor I think ever. My doctor who did my myomectomy is one of the best in the nation. It's in the books. He's one of the best at what he does. And he was just, and so I said, well, maybe about doing, what do you think about doing another myomectomy? He's like, well, I'm not quite sure. Your uterine cavity, it's not that bad, but so I don't think you should have the surgery and then turn around and keep doing the surgery over and over again. And I said, well, my thing is, if I keep having the surgery and it may do something to my uterine lining, that's one thing. But if you take my uterus out altogether, then I would never be able to have, kids naturally. I don't want to just, whatever. So then he says, it looks like you have a small window that you're working with. And I think, you guys need to, pray and think about what you want to do as far as you want to do the IVF, or he was like, but I think you need, something needs to be done. Whatever you're going to do, it needs to be done in this particular amount of time. And I'm like, okay. He just said, talk to your husband. I said, fine. So, I started crying. Then I said, let me get myself together because those are the facts. The fact is that I have a lot of fibroids and they're growing rapidly. I knew that from before when they grew before. But the truth is, and the facts are that he's trying to say that I'm going to have a hysterectomy and find a surrogate person, to carry my children if I want to have biological children. And I'm like, but the truth is that I'm not accepting none of this. So, I'm crying. My feelings are more hurt than anything because, it's just like, seriously, for real? A hysterectomy? Are you kidding me? And trying to pressure me to hurry up. I'm not saying he is pressuring me, but Satan is trying to pressure me to just say, okay, this is all you got. This is this time and that's it. And you need to just go ahead and have the hysterectomy or try to hurry up and do this IVF and try to see if it works. And I'm like, no. As God is my witness, I refuse to receive that report. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call my old faithful because Dr. Chrisman is a reproductive endocrinologist out of University of Michigan. So he does do the fertility part, but he's also, sit on the board of directors as far as women, I forgot the actual terminology, but he writes a lot of different information as far as the books for the med school for U of M and different universities throughout the nation. And I'm going to talk to him and see what he says to do. And then we're going to figure out what we're going to do from there. I've been on Lupron before, and I know that they can shrink it a little bit. Maybe we'll do that and then try. But I'm not going to rush into making a decision. I'm not going to have anybody making me rush. The devil is a liar. He is not going to pull me into that fear. Because for a first moment, I was, like I said, I was crying and I came out, I got myself together. And when I was about to check out, the song from Journey was playing. It was like, don't stop believing. And I'm not singing on key and I'm not singing right now and I'm not even trying to, so whatever. But that just ministered to my spirit. And then after I got off the phone with my husband and I turned it to our satellite, to the gospel station, and it was Kurt Franklin. It says, help me to believe, or something to that effect. But everything was lining up with just believing. I think that was God's way of telling me, believe. And I remember what the Lord told me my first